Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In today's video, I'll share some tips on how you can manage remote workers. Now, as you know that I have been running Sahbi for quite some time, and most of our development teams are working remotely, either within Saudi, different cities in Saudi, or from Pakistan, India, China, and even Egypt. So I would like to share some tips on how you can manage your remote team member. It can be a blessing if you know how to manage them effectively, but it could be harmful as well if you're not disciplined and you don't have some standard guidelines for them. Okay, my number one tip for you is, as a manager, to ask your team members to have a dedicated workspace. What I mean by that is they should have a workspace at their home, or it could be at a co-working space where they're only allowed to work. They should not be allowed to have lunch in that workplace. They should not be allowed to have gaming in that workplace, and they should not be allowed to use social media in that workplace. And now I know that I might sound like a dictator, but allow me to show you some reasons why you should have such kind of discipline. Okay, so everything got changed when I read this book called Atomic Habits, and the author of this book promotes the idea that the brain is a very tricky organ and it can associate things at the wrong time and wrong cues. So what does he mean by that? In order to understand this, you have to understand the concepts of habit. So your brain works in a way of cues. So for example, if you are, let's say, if you are going to the bed, you will automatically start feeling sleepy. And the reason is because your brain has automatically understood that it's a cue to sleep. But if you start working on your bed, you're confusing your brain that either it should go into sleep mode or work mode. Similarly, if you're having lunch or dinner on your workplace or the place where you work, you're kind of confusing your brain that either it's a time to feel hungry or it's a time where I should focus at a particular task. So it's very, very important that if you decide that you would like to work in a certain place, you should not eat or you should not hang out with your friends, or you should not use social media at that workplace. That workplace should be dedicated for work. So if you'd like to get more information on what I'm talking about right now, I would suggest reading this book called Atomic Habits, and hopefully it will help you a lot, as it did help me in order to become more productive at work and helping my team members to become more productive as well.